All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the whole for elect. So I'm listening to the elder brother Manata Zakbar down in South Carolina, and he's going over. He played a few clips on dealing with how New York just passed a bill and legalized marijuana, right? Then he goes into sorts of other things of going into the executive actions on the guns. Okay. And if you want to click the links, I believe it's on his channel, or watch his video for the few clips that he put in, you know, dealing with them speaking at the passing of the bill of the marijuana. Okay, now, you know, the brother brought out a good few points, and I want to just, you know, lay on back on that and add in a few of mine. Because when you think about it, see, E is not doing nothing. You know, he's not doing all these different things, you know, just to be a helpful person. No, E does a lot of these things with an ill intent. All right. And the main thing he's doing this for is what? Money. Okay. And he knows how much you jakes, and not only you jakes, but, you know, he knows a lot of you simple people out there, y'all love smoking weed. Okay. So what better chance? What better way is he wants to make more money off it is by saying, you know what? Let's legalize it. Let's set up dispensaries and let's Jake smoke the shit. Okay? And they know they're going to get more money by doing it that way because people are going to have easier access to it. Right? They're going to get tons of money. They know that. So that's why I say E does a lot of these things out of a ill intent. It's not doing it of, you know, I want to help you. And this is what Jake has a hard time with realizing when dealing with Esau Edom, because they don't know this man. Okay, and even though we tell them week in and week out of who the devil is, how much is a serpent he is, you know, Jake still doesn't understand that he has an ill intent. He's carnal, and he's really just trying to destroy you. Okay, in the latter end, because that's his plan. So let's start off in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. And as the scripture says, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So the scriptures is already letting you know to never trust your enemy. And what our people don't know is that they have an enemy. Okay? And that enemy is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, also known in the scriptures as the serpent, the red dragon, okay? The deceiver, the wicked of the planet Earth. All right? So it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Now I want to go into this word. Before we go into that, let's go ill intent. Let me see. Let's see. This is cool. Let's go to this one. So it says, an ill-intentioned criticism that was meant more to hurt than to help, having malicious intentions. Okay? Now we say ultimately, when you look at these things to the spirit, it's to what? It's to destroy you. All right? And he has his way of working with his witchcraft by the way of his words, by the way of his deception, by the way of his guile, by the way of his trickery, by the way of his media. Okay? And he used different deceptive tactics like this. Because when Jake, watch, you're going to start to hear of people want to say, you see, Biden came in office, things are getting done, bills are being passed, and now we can smoke weed, we can chill, we can do this and that. But this ill intention, right? This ill intentions that he has planned for you, Jake, is to ultimately destroy you, to keep you in a dumbed down state, okay? To keep your mind altered. Because that's what, when you smoke weed, that's what it does. It alters your mind. Okay, now we always speak about the medicinal uses, there's purposes for medicinal uses. Okay. But, smoking is off. Okay. Now I want to, let's get this as well, because I know a lot of people are going to think this is something good to do. And like the elder brought out too, just because the world is doing it, when you see the world doing it, you should know offhand that that's the way you don't want to follow. So let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a curse to decline after many to wrestle judgment." So, you don't want to go with the majority. All right. Majority of the world, as the scripture say, we know the whole world lieth in wickedness. So majority of the people are on that left-hand vibration. They are with the left-hand energy. They are in agreement with that left-hand energy. And you don't want to follow the multitude to do evil. Okay. Dealing with smoking, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. But let's get to this article a little bit. And I'm going to finish reading that scripture. Okay, so we went into the ill intention. A person have an ill intent with you is a malicious intention. All right, so I just read a little bit on here. Well, matter of fact, let's play the clip.
Marijuana use is either socially acceptable behavior or it's criminal conduct. But it can't be socially acceptable behavior in some neighborhoods and criminal conduct in other neighborhoods when the dividing line is race.
Yes, legalizing weed would create revenue from taxes. But at what cost? Do we then start legalizing cocaine? Marijuana is a gateway drug. Make no mistake about that. And while I do believe that medical marijuana can have some activity in chronic pain or those with cancer, this bill simply goes way too far.
We're here because we have failed 3 generations of black and brown young people whose lives can be ruined or lost by selective enforcement of these laws.
It is time we think about the real needs of our constituents and get back to work on legislation that matters. Our priority should not be legalizing drugs.
On this vote, the yeas are 228, the nays are 164. The bill is passed. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Okay, so they were just having a back and forth debate about passing the bill, but what you seen at the end that it was passed. Okay. And as you see here, it says the U.S. House of Representatives on Friday passed legislation that will decriminalize marijuana and expunge nonviolent marijuana-related convictions. The measure is aimed at rolling back drug policies that have disproportionately affected low-income communities of color. And that's true, because that's what it has done. And the system has always been set up to, put stricter laws on Jake, okay? Charge Jake for, nonviolent crimes, okay? Other than, you going in the area with a whole bunch of Edomites and, they get caught with the same thing or even more. Okay, let's say 10 times more than you, and they still get off scot-free. Okay, so that's some of the arguments that they was pushing of, they need to get rid of that bill because it's destroying the black and brown community. But also like I say, E knows where the money resides. He knows, even though, and I'll just, call it who we are, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He knows we are, even though we're the lowest nation on the totem pole as far as dealing with the financial wise, right? We are the biggest consumers on the earth, right? It sounds kind of funny, right? But it's the truth. We are the biggest consumers, even though we are the most poverty stricken. So he knows with passing the bill that they are going to get way more money taxed, okay? Taxed and things of that sort, so they say, you know what? we can kill two birds with one stone. Let's pass this bill. Let's make this money. And let's keep the mind of these people altered. Because our people are already in a zombified state. As you can see, it is what it is now. But how much more with these bills being passed where you could just smoke weed for recreational use? Okay? Now Jake gonna be high all day. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be smelling weed smoke everywhere. Jake gonna be being complete demons. Okay? But my main point, so let's get back to the point of touching on this. According to the scripture, smoking weed is off because what? You're defiling your temple. So let's get that scripture. The first book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. If any man, or I'll start at verse 16, it says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. Okay, so smoking weed is defiling your temple. Okay, because smoke, any type of smoke, is not supposed to go in your lungs. How do you know this? Because when your lungs are compassed with smoke, what happens? Usually you cough, especially when you smoke. You know, in the world, they tell you, it was told that, when you cough, it means that's how you know you're smoking that gas, or that's how you're smoking that good shit. But no, your lungs are literally coughing because they cannot breathe. In other words. Okay? And it's letting you know that, what you're doing. Basically, it's telling you stop. That's your body telling you to stop when you start to cough. Okay, so like I say, E's doing one thing. He's about to make money off of Jake, a lot of Jake. And two, he's about to keep your mind altered. So yes, at the end of the day, he still has an ill intent towards our people. It's not of something of, I'm doing this to help you. No, it's doing this to benefit off of you, Jake. And see, Jake don't know the difference between that of getting benefit off of and used for E's gain. They look at it as, okay, we can smoke now. I'm happy. This is something good that he's doing for us. But that's not even his intention to help. His intent is to benefit off you, which he will do because a lot of you, Jake, like this, y'all got smoking demons with you. So I just thought I'd lay back and touch on that through the Spirit. Lord, will help us edify. Until next time, I want to say, Shalom.